You are watching the Los Angeles Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Lakers fans, we are going to talk about Game 4 because the Lakers have taken sole possession of this series, the first round matchup against the Memphis Grizzlies, as the Lakers are up 3-1 and one game away from getting to the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. We'll talk about LeBron. We'll talk about Anthony Davis kind of being a flake on offense, but being really good on defense yesterday. We'll break down everything you need to know about Game 4, and even maybe preview Game 5 here a little bit. But first, we got to talk about the biggest fraud in the NBA right now, and that is the one and the only Dillon Brooks. So many things I have to say about Dillon Brooks. At first, I kind of respected the villain role that he was trying to play, and he was poking the bear. But not speaking to the media the last two times you lost and LeBron really got the best of you, I don't really get it. And now, of course, it's all, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Dillon Brooks is blaming the media. He's blaming you. Dillon Brooks is blaming you for making him a villain. He's such a fraud. He is such a loser. It's all on you, Dillon Brooks. Everything you do makes you a villain. Everything you say, the way you act, and you're just a fraud. This is what he said on the flagrant 2 foul back on LeBron when he hit him in the family jewels. He said, the media is making me a villain. The fans are making me a villain. Then that just creates a whole different persona on me. So now you think I intended to hit LeBron James in the nuts. I'm playing basketball. I'm a basketball player. So if I intended, and that's whatever is in the flagrant 2 category. If you think I did that, that means you think I'm that type of person. Dillon Brooks, I don't know if you're a guy that likes to go around and hit people in the nuts, but I do know this. You've done everything you have tried. You've pulled out every stop, rats out of your hat to be a villain and to be the straw that stirs the drink. You're a pot stirrer, and I like that because I'm a pot stirrer. I like to stir the pot. But Dillon Brooks, you got to be held accountable, my man. You act all tough. You act all big and bad all year long. And now the media is making you that guy. You made you that guy. You dug your own grave. You made your own bed. You're just not that guy. You're just not him. Brooks declined. And then this. I mean, after Game 4, Dillon Brooks declined to talk to the media again. He did that in Game 3. He did it again in Game 4. He only talks when his team is winning, and he plays well. What do we call that? We call those front runners, and that is what Dillon Brooks is. He can't face the heat. He can't face the scrutiny, which is crazy because he's really not even that good of a basketball player, and he has to talk to the media pretty much every night. This is what Tim McMahon had to say about Dillon Brooks. He said, the Grizzlies have tried to move on from Dillon Brooks already. I don't know if Dillon Brooks is on this team after this series. And I know it's the Lakers show, but we're talking about the first round of the series. And why would the Memphis Grizzlies want to bring back Dillon Brooks? He's been god-awful. He can't make a shot. He can't even defend LeBron James. He said, all you have to do is force LeBron left. If you've followed LeBron throughout his career, he likes to start on the right and then drive to his left hand and shoot that pull-up J and get to his left hand. So the dude doesn't watch tape. He rarely knows ball, and he can't hit a shot to save his life. And he is a fraud, running from the media. Let's just do it. Type FDB. He might be another type of DB. You know what I'm talking about. Type FDB down in the comment section because it's F. Dillon Brooks, the biggest fraud in the NBA. You think you're a tough guy, you're just not, my friend. You are just not. We'll continue to break this down, this game, this big win for the Los Angeles Lakers throughout this video. But make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Sub for Lakers dubs, because Lakers fans, you are one win away from advancing to the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. And we're getting closer and closer to 50,000 subs. We are less than 220 away. If you want videos almost every day on the Lakers and awesome off-season coverage as well as in-season, we're your channel. Hit that sub button, sub for Lakers dubs. Before we go any further into the show, I got to tell you guys about our favorite sponsor and my favorite sponsor and a new sponsor, and that is Underdog Fantasy. Go to chatsports.com/UnderdogLakers and use the promo code ChatLA, and they will match your initial deposit bonus of up to $100. And we've teamed up with Underdog Fantasy, the leading name in best ball and pick'em fantasy sports. Experience their extensive offerings, including daily drafts, season-long best ball, and player pick'em for the chance to win thousands or even millions of dollars. Take advantage of their seamless platform, personalized rankings, and exceptional customer service for the ultimate fantasy sports experience. Go to chatsports.com/underdog Lakers and use the promo code ChatLA, and they will match your deposit bonus up to $100. So the way I went for it today is I just went with the pick'em, and I went with the 5-piece lineup. I believe Trae Young is going to have a really good game, so I selected the higher on his points, rebounds, and assist total, which is at 42. I also think Marcus Smart's total and stats were a little bit low on the Underdog Fantasy app. They had his points, rebounds, and assists at 21.5. I selected higher on that. They said Jamal Murray's stat at 22.5 points. I selected higher. I took the lower, though, on a one-time Los Angeles Laker, that being Russell Westbrook. They have Actually, I selected higher on Westbrook. That's on me. Higher, 16.5 rebounds and assists. I think he's going to do better than that. But I did select lower, on Chris Paul. Lower on Chris Paul. I guess Chris Paul is a former Laker at some point. Shout out to the commissioner. Rest in peace at this point. But lower than points, rebounds, and assists. They had him at 28.5. I select lower. If I hit on all 5 of these picks, my money is going to be times 20. So I'm looking for the big bucks. Get hooked up with them. Underdog Fantasy. Thanks for sponsoring today's show. Let's look back at the NBA playoff game 4 for the Lakers and the Grizzlies in round 1. The Lakers pulled this one out 117-111, and they were fueled by the king, just a kid from Akron, 22 points, 20 rebounds, and 7 assists. And I saw this in LeBron James's eyes last night. It's over, baby. This series is over. It's finished. It's finito. Shout out to Chief Keef. It's over. LeBron took their life last night, the bucket to send it to OT, and then he really just took over in overtime. He was dominant. He did whatever he wanted on the court. He didn't shoot the ball all that well, only going 1 of 7 from downtown. But the thing that makes LeBron great is he can do so many things at an elite level, and last night it was the boards. What about that offensive rebound he had late in the ball game that kept the possession alive? 22 points, 7 assists, 20 rebounds. I think it's the first time LeBron James has ever had a 20-20 game. Dillon Brooks said, I don't respect anyone until they give me 40. Well, he gave you 42 points and rebounds combined. So Dillon Brooks, you better respect him. Anthony Davis did not have a good game on the offensive end. 12 points, 2 assists, and 11 rebounds. But I feel like the attention that Anthony Davis has drawn in this series, especially when he's at the high post and they get him the ball, they kind of just collapse, all around him. But it's what he's doing on the defensive side of the court. In this series, he's averaging 4.8 blocks per game and 1.8 steals per game. Over 7 blocks and steals, 7 stocks per game, as some people like to call it, for Anthony Davis. He's been really, really good. Vanderbilt had a heck of a game in Game 4, made a couple of threes from the corner, had that lefty J working, even had one go in and out. If you're getting 2 threes a night from Jared Vanderbilt to go along with his tenacious and awesome defense, you can't ask for much more. We got to give a huge shout-out, though, to Rui Hachimura. Did not have a good game in Game 4, but I think it's safe to say he was probably the 3rd best trade at the NBA trade deadline this past year. I think you got to put Kevin Durant and Josh Hart up there, but Rui Hachimura, considering price, and all you had to trade was Kendrick Nunn. You sent Kendrick Nunn to Washington in a couple of seconds for Rui. Did not play good in Game 4, but the prior 3 games, he was excellent. I also thought he played good defense and had a couple big boards down the stretch. He was a part of that closing lineup in the 4th quarter and overtime. D'Angelo Russell, welcome to the series, my friend. 17 points, 3 assists, had 2 huge threes in the 4th quarter. The Lakers offense was kind of stalling out, couldn't get a quality look, and D'Lo got hot from downtown, knocked down 2 threes, and had that really good take to the basket, left hand high off the glass, really reminiscent also of what LeBron did right at the buzzer as well. And Austin Reaves, man. Austin freaking Reaves. We knew he was good. I don't think anybody knew he was this good. I don't think anyone thought the kid was going to average 22-plus points per game in the playoffs. Efficient as well, 40% from downtown. I thought he deferred a little bit too much in the last couple of minutes in the fourth quarter and overtime. Want him to continue to be aggressive, but when you got LeBron James, you got to get that guy the ball. Austin Reaves, man, he's been a difference maker. I thought Schroeder gave you some really good minutes as well. Pretty sloppy with the ball, though. There was about 3 times he just threw it to the first row. Tried to get Jack Nichols the ball in celebrity row. I don't know what he saw, but he just threw it away a couple of times. His first step, his quickness, his ability to get downhill and get to the cup is such a difference maker for this team. And I honestly thought he played good defense on Ja Morant late. He's really one of the only guys outside of Vanderbilt that can really stick in front of Ja Morant. Hats off to Schroeder. Just take care of the rock, my friend, and you're going to continue to get more minutes. Malik Beasley, this is one I've been wrong about, which is unfortunate. I thought Beasley was going to thrive with the Los Angeles Lakers, and he just hasn't. He really just hasn't hit his shots. And when that doesn't happen, he's just not going to play because that's what he does. He shoots threes and he makes threes, and unfortunately, in the purple and gold, he just really hasn't done that so far this year. A guy that you got to be happy about is Troy Brown, man. He gave you like almost 30 minutes last night. He's a good two-way player. Didn't hit his threes, but he's just kind of that glue guy that you have off the bench. That wing that plays defense, pushes the pace, attacks the glass, can knock down threes. He just didn't do it in last night's game, but he did enough, and just as the other Lakers did on this roster, to get the Lakers a 6-point win in overtime over the Memphis Grizzlies. I do want to ask this question. 3-1 is always tricky because you want to believe it's over, but you always have something in your back of your mind saying, don't get cocky, be humble. It's not over, but we'll see. What do you think? Is the series over? Y for yes, N for no. There's been 5 teams, I think, since 2015 that have come back from 3-1 leads. LeBron James did it one time, so let's hope he can hold off Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. FDB down in the comments section. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. The Lakers look good. I think they're the best defense right now in the NBA, and that's what wins here in the beginning months of the year, and especially in the playoffs. Got to be hyped. Look, if Anthony Davis can turn it up like he did in Games 2 when he had 31 and 17, this team is going to be really, really hard to stop. Can LeBron do it? Can LeBron continue to do it? Special performance. Cherish what you're watching, Lakers fans. There's a lot of teams. There's 29 other teams right now that wish they had LeBron. You do. Cherish it. The guy's a freaking GOAT. Appreciate everyone for watching. We'll see you later.